I'm Jasmine, and I am a software engineer here at Change.org. I work with the web applications team, specifically in the revenue team, which means basically I support our revenue products and support our client services team, which work with a lot of our nonprofit clients. So my personal story, I don't think it's as unique as Purnima makes it out to be, but basically I did not come from a technical background. In college, I studied international relations and economics, and my personal interests at the time had always been primarily social impact and development-related things. So with that, my first job out of college was actually something kind of unrelated. It was in finance, in investment banking, but I wanted to eventually apply that to international development, specifically international financial development. After 2 years in banking, I realized that's not the path for me, so I wanted to get on with what I actually wanted to do. So I tried my hand in a think tank in Hong Kong, which was a public policy think tank focused on environmental affairs as a researcher. And I also had the opportunity thereafter to work in a consulting assignment with the World Bank in China. So through all of that, my primary roles were basically writing papers, writing PowerPoints, and at some point I realized, I am really interested in social impact, but writing papers and making PowerPoints, stuff like that, is really not what I want to do. Around that time, my friend and I wanted to start a nonprofit platform in Hong Kong, and so we started looking at web development services and working with software engineers, and I found myself basically diving headfirst into that, and I found that I wanted to read up more about web development than I wanted to actually write my research papers. So, with that, I realized, my passion really was in making stuff, and especially through technology platforms. So after that, I kind of started self-studying, and even then, though, it took me a while to really come to a place where I believe that I could be as technical, as I am today. For a while, I thought I wanted to be in product management because really my background is in business, and I thought the transition would be too radical. And it really took a lot of convincing from people that had the external perspectives, including Purnima and my instructor at Hackbright, Christian, who told me that you really can do this, and you just have to believe in yourself and do it. And the more I did web development related things, the more I realized this is what I really want to do. So here I am today, and I've been really lucky to have the opportunity to work at Change.org, where it just all kind of lined up for me, that it tied up the story of where I started and where my interest started, and especially working in the client services team now, it also brings in that dimension of the business experience that I had before. So yeah, and I feel very lucky to be here, and that is my story. Yeah.